This episode is brought to you by DistroKid.
Welcome to the after party. Ready, set, let's go. Welcome to the after party, the show after the show. Learn a little something new. Join us for the ride. Chris and Chris want all of you to know. The after party's where it's at. The show after the show.
Well, hey, it's the after party. Chris, I'm back.
You are back. I haven't seen you in a long time. We talked on the phone a couple times, but I haven't seen your face in a while. And Chris, we woke up to a surprise today. You are back from Europe, and you got a little surprise. I don't know if you're as excited about this as I would be about it, because I am a crossword enthusiast, but we got sent from Bridget from Evergreen, which is the network we're on, sent us an email this morning. Look at what the first clue in the USA Today crossword is today, and it was less than Jake genre, 3 letters.
Yes, and it wasn't EDM.
No, that's right.
No, and real quick, to answer your question, I really am excited. I hate to sound like pompous, but this has happened before. I think we were in the New York Times one time in their crossword, so this is very cool, though.
The New York Times is the crossword. USA Today is kind of second tier, no offense. But the New York Times one, that's the good one. That's the one that Will Shorts does the edits of, and they're amazing. And me and my girlfriend do them all the time. So I would be super psyched to be a crossword clue. And you were the first one. You were number one across.
I know, and I was excited. I sent it to all my family, and I had a little, I had a look at me moment this morning. I was proud. I was grateful.
Love that. So you're back, Chris, and I want to hear about every step of this tour, but I thought I'd make it a little extra fun for everybody because I have a little trivia question about each place you went.
Okay.
Well, at least some of the places you went more than once, so there's not more than one trivia question, but I do have questions to go along with these. So as I ask the question, you could tell us a little bit about your experience, but you also get to test your wits.
Okay, now, are these music-centric questions, or these could be whatever?
They're mostly music-centric and a couple general knowledge.
Okay, because I got to get back on the horse here, Chris. The last time I did trivia, I crashed and burned. It's like, I don't even know anybody that would tune in again to defeat DeMakes if we were to try it after the last one. So I have to recoup in some way today.
Yeah, you're getting another 11 questions here, Chris. The first one being, the first show of your tour was in Berlin. How was that show, Chris?
Show was awesome. It's a venue called SO36, legendary venue. SO36 was their postal code, I guess, back in the day, and that's the name of the venue that we've played many times.
So my question for you is, which Berlin-based Eurodance group had a hit in 1994 with the song Another Night? Do you know this song? Let me refresh your memory.
Okay.
Another night, another dream, but always you. It's like a vision of love that seems to be true.
Any chance I get to hear you a cappella, I'm gonna absolutely love it. Kind of rings a bell. Do I get multiple choice or do I?
You do.
Okay.
So you're going to bypass the 2 points and go for the 1 point.
Yeah.
Your choices are A, Technotronic, B, Hadaway, C, Eiffel 65, or D, Real McCoy.
1, Technotronic.
That is incorrect, Chris. Technotronic sang "Pump Up the Jam."
Aha. That's the only name that's the only name I recognized out of there. Which one was it?
I'll help you here. Technotronic is "Pump Up the Jam." Hadaway is "What Is Love?" Baby, don't hurt me. Eiffel 65 is "Blue." I'm blue, ba-da-dee, ba-da-bum. Of course you know Blue. And the answer to the question of Another Night is Real McCoy, D. Yeah. Tough start.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris, your second show was in, how do you even say this? Zaplanek, Poland?
Not really sure about that, but it was called Poland Rock. It was a festival where I woke up in a field, so I didn't get much of a taste of Poland. I was just in another field, but what an amazing festival. I saw men there, Chris, the size of giants. You know, if you watch a lot of those strongmen competitions, I'm not even kidding. There was guys backstage that were the size of like full male gorillas. Their biceps were like Hulk Hogan times 2. So maybe if that's a stereotype of Poland, yes, I saw many big weightlifting looking men.
Were they security guards or something? Why was there so many ripped men backstage?
Some of them were security. These dudes were just walking around. I mean, just massive men. Hands the size of catcher's mitts.
Gotcha. Weird. Okay. Which Polish extreme metal band is fronted by lead singer Nurgle and widely known for the signature style of their drummer, Inferno?
I know the name Nurgle. Multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Behemoth, B, Venom, C, Rotting Christ, or D, Emperor.
Ooh, I think it's Behemoth.
You going with Behemoth?
I'm going with Behemoth.
You got it.
Okay, because I know Venom's from England. It wasn't Rotting Christ, and I was pretty sure Emperor was not from Poland.
Yeah. Nice job. You got a point. You're on the board.
Okay, I'm doing something right.
Yeah. Your third show, Chris, was in Duffel, Belgium. How was that one?
It was fantastic. Do you know that was where the duffel bag was made? That's where that.
Wow, that was going to be a question.
That was
my first thing I thought of.
Yeah, that was their. I didn't know that. I've been to Duffel, Belgium a bunch, but we got to get there a day early. And we were walking through the little city of Duffel, and one of my guys had mentioned me. I said, "You're kidding me!" I looked it up, and there it is. So thanks to Duffel, Belgium. Otherwise, we wouldn't have duffel bags.
Right. Chris, what Belgian group had a minor hit in 1995 with the song "Not an Addict"? And then toured for the next year with Alanis Morissette, who had heard the band playing on a European festival and handpicked them as her support band?
Oh, gosh. Not an Addict.
We did a one-hit thunder about this song and band.
Okay. It does not ring a bell. I'm going to have to go... does not ring a Belgium. I'm going to have to go
Okay.
multiple choice.
I'm going to have to go in my duffel bag here and give you some choices. Your choices are A, Kay's Choice, B, The Verve, C, The Cardigans, or D, The Manic Street Preachers.
What was A again?
Kay's Choice.
I'm going with Kay's Choice.
You got it.
Okay.
Nice job.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the other bands were not from Belgium. I know the Verve's not, definitely. All right.
2 points, Chris.
All right. I can't get ahead of myself here. Just pace.
Yeah. You got some ones I think you can get some 2-pointers on coming up, too.
All right.
So your fourth show was in Amsterdam. How was that show, Chris?
Show was great at a place called Melkweg. That translates to Milky Way. Played there many times. There's 2 rooms there, and the other room the night we played, Dragon Force was playing in the other room. So,
whoa, did you get to see them at all?
did not get to see Dragon Force that night. Probably could have. I think they played. Did they play before us or after? I don't recall. But there were no fights between metalheads or punks outside. Considering it's Holland, that would have been very unlikely.
Yeah. Your Amsterdam-related question is, this Dutch rock band achieved worldwide fame in 1973 with their hit song, Radar Love.
Golden Earring.
You got it.
Yes.
2-pointer. I told you you'd get a 2-pointer.
And yes, Radar Love was later covered and made famous again by White Lion in 1989.
Love that trivia. Love that. White Lion, they're like kind of hair metal.
Kind of hair metal, yeah. You said like that trivia. I would classify it as useless trivia, but
Gotcha.
maybe not for what we do.
Well, we've done 4 questions so far, Chris, and you have 4 points. That's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Pretty good job. So, Chris, your 5th show was in Nuremberg, Germany.
Yes.
Tell us about that show.
Nuremberg. That was in a venue. Do you know the venue? You have it there? Gosh, why am I blanking on it?
I don't have it here.
Was that? I think Stuttgart was I'm Wiseman. Why am I blanking on Nuremberg? Nuremberg was great, though. I can see the venue. We were parked there for 2 days. We had a day off. And all the club shows that we did, except for the last 2, so all the non-festival shows were with a Wilhelm Scream and Death by Stereo. So
nice.
Another ripping show. But what do you got for Nuremberg?
Dude, I told you, I love a Wilhelm Scream.
Oh,
so good.
So good.
I meant to text you and ask me to get me a freaking T-shirt of them.
Oh, I can make that. I can still make that happen.
Okay. Your question about Nuremberg, or Germany in general, I should say, is which experimental German duo formed in 1970 and were jokingly dubbed Krautrock by Melody Maker, or Krautrock, I guess I should say.
I think I know this.
Experimental German duo formed in 1970 and were jokingly dubbed Krautrock by Melody Maker.
Wait, they were formed in 70?
Yes.
Maybe that changes it then. I think I know the answer to this. I think it begins with K. I gotta go multiple choice. I gotta be conservative here. Multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Tangerine Dream, B, Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk,
C.
B.
You got it. Dang, you could have got 2 points on that one, man.
No, but at first I thought you said 1978, Chris, which would have made more sense. I can't imagine Kraftwerk starting in 1970. I just didn't think that they were that old of a band, and that's why I was a little bit cautious of just going ahead with it. But I did want to give the initial, the band name, just to let everyone know that I thought I knew.
Kraftwerk went on to be sampled by a lot of like early hip hop and stuff. They're kind of like hard to listen to as a band. Kraftwerk is. I don't know if you've ever listened to them. That's just weird. I don't know, kind of boring to me.
Yeah, experimental, and then there's the German component to it, which is just is its own thing.
Yeah, it reminds me of Sprockets for some reason from Saturday Night Live. Do you remember the old Mike Myers skit, Sprockets? Hey everyone, you're listening to a special sneak preview episode of The After Party. If you're enjoying it, you can get hundreds of episodes like this one, plus a new episode every Monday by heading to chrisdemakes.com and signing up for the supporting cast. It helps us keep making Chris DeMakes a podcast and gives you lots of listening entertainment. We'll be right back with part 2 of the sneak preview episode after a few words from our sponsors.
Looking to elevate your music career? DistroKid is a digital music distribution service that enables musicians to distribute their music to online stores and streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon, Tidal, and many more. DistroKid collects earnings and payments, sending them to you, the artist. With DistroKid, artists unlock a world of possibilities. From easily paying collaborators with splits, to securing your music with DistroLock, DistroKid covers all bases. Plus, you can promote your releases with Hyperfollow and create eye-catching visuals with a Spotify Canvas generator, all for free. But that's not all. Introducing the DistroKid app, now available on iOS and Android. Artists can manage their releases, view streaming stats, and withdraw earnings, all from the palm of their hand. And for those looking to perfect their sound, check out Mixia. With its simple interface and customizable mastering options, artists can make their music sound polished and professional within minutes. And don't forget about Instant Share, DistroKid's newest feature. Share large files securely with collaborators, producers, and more, ensuring your music streams at the highest quality. Ready to take your music to the next level? Download the DistroKid app and explore their suite of tools today. Plus, listeners can enjoy 30% off their first year by visiting distrokid.com/VIP/DeMakes. That's distrokid.com/VIP/DeMakes.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bruce.
And I'm Nolan, and this is the Corner of Gray Street podcast. As longtime Dave Matthews Band fans, we set out to create a podcast to dive deep into the past, present, and future of DMB.
Not only do we recap and review shows within an ongoing tour, but we revisit past shows from throughout the band's history, conduct interviews with a wide variety of guests with ties to DMB, and create unique and exclusive content like our Concerts on the Corner series.
Whether you're a fan of the band or just a fan of great music, we think you'll find something you'll enjoy. We can't wait to see you on the Corner of Gray Street.
Hi, this is Chad Nicefield.
And this is Justin Press.
We're the host of Making Waves, the Shiprock podcast, a part of the Sound Talent Media Podcast Network. We're inviting you to sail away with us on an epic journey in musical enlightenment. Every week, we bring you only the best artists in rock music and discuss everything from the cruise to the stage to the saga of being a professional recording artist. We'll have lots of special guests along the way, so tune in every week.
Your stateroom is available every Monday morning, so welcome aboard.
Hey there, Chris DeMakes podcast listeners. Ready to take your podcast experience to the next level? By signing up for the supporting cast at ChrisDeMakes.com, you not only ensure the continued production of our show, but also unlock exclusive perks. Subscribers receive a weekly bonus episode of our other podcast, The After Party, co-hosted by Chris Fafalios and myself. Many fans rave that The After Party is just as enjoyable as the main show. And with close to 200 music-centric episodes in the archive, there's a treasure trove of entertainment awaiting you. Thank you for tuning in and for your support in keeping the podcast going strong. Join us at ChrisDeMakes.com and let's keep the fun conversations going.
All right, Chris, so you got 5 questions, 5 points. You are killing it.
I'm doing okay today.
Your 6th show was in Tomlin, Slovenia.
Yes.
How was that? Slovenia.
It was awesome. It was called Punk Rock Holiday. It's our 3rd time there. It's nestled up in the mountains. There's this fresh river spring that runs through that people go rafting out, and they hang out all day. They camp out at night. The show starts about 5 o'clock and goes till about 2 in the morning. And then after that, they have like a dance tent that goes to like 5 or 6 in the morning. So it's just... it's kind of paradise out there. There's nothing really to do but the festival. We walked into town, which is about a 20-minute walk, and there's a couple little restaurants and whatnot, but very quaint but awesome show. What do you got for Slovenia?
Kraftwerk went on to be sampled by a lot of like early hip hop and stuff. They're kind of like hard to listen to as a band. Kraftwerk is. I don't know if you've ever listened to them. That's just weird. I don't know, kind of boring to me.
Ljubljana. We've played Ljubljana before. Yeah. Matter of fact, Ljubljana was the first place we ever
for some
played
reason from Saturday Night Live. Do you remember the old Mike Myers skit, Sprockets? All right, Chris, so you got 5 questions, 5 points. You are killing it.
I'm doing okay today.
Your 6th show was in Tomlin, Slovenia.
Yes.
How was that? Slovenia.
It was awesome. It was called Punk Rock Holiday. It's our 3rd time there. It's nestled up in the mountains. There's this fresh river spring that runs through that people go rafting out, and they hang out all day. They camp out at night. The show starts about 5 o'clock and goes till about 2 in the morning. And then after that, they have like a dance tent that goes to like 5 or 6 in the morning. So it's just... it's kind of paradise out there. There's nothing really to do but the festival.
Nice. That's good. I would not have
town, which is about a 20-minute walk.
Right. That was really good. And for anyone out there who doesn't know, Ljubljana is spelled Ljubljana. So good job on even pronouncing that.
There you go.
So you got 7 points after 6 questions, Chris. This is the best you've done on trivia in a long time.
I know. Maybe I just need to be jet lagged and not feeling normal to get the questions right next time.
Yeah. Chris, your 7th show was in Bildin, Austria. Is that how you say it? Bildin?
That was the Picture On Festival. And we played that night with a band called The Sweet, who they had a hit with Ballroom Blitz, which was in the
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World movie. There it is. Yeah, and they also had a hit with a song called Fox on the Run back in the day, which was one of the first 45s I remember listening to as a young boy. So got to watch The Sweet from the stage that night, and I just kind of was looking at their guitar player, keyboardist. He's kind of like a utility player, young guy, maybe late 20s or maybe 30 at best. And there's only one original member from the band. He's 75 years old. Their bassist. But after the show, the keyboard player comes up to me and he's like, "Man, I want to watch you. We have to leave. I'll be able to watch a couple songs. You're one of my favorite bands." And he's freaking out, and I'm so full circle moment there.
Nice. Here's a question.
right.
Johann Hans Holzel, better known as this stage name, had a number one hit in 1986, making him the only artist in history to score a number one hit with a German language song in the U.S.
Falco.
You got it. Dang, dude. 7 questions, 9 points.
Hey, man.
Crushing it.
Like I said, we had talked yesterday. You had kind of mentioned, hey, I got some trivia for you. I really didn't sleep last night, Chris. My jet lag
Just studying.
continued. I had to recoup from last time, so I'm trying to be calm here. We got a few more questions.
You're doing great. You could keep doing great, too. Your 8th and 9th
All right.
shows were both in Germany again, but your 10th show was in Rimini, Italy. So, I don't know, if you want to talk about your next 2 German shows and your Italy show?
Yeah, I think the German shows were, we played the Tells Bells Festival, and that was with the hardcore group Terror. H2O were there, Wilhelm Scream, Death by Stereo, big lineup. They had pyro for all the bands that night. Huge flash pots on top of the stage that were going off at random times during every band set. So actually had pyro for our European tour this time. And then the next day, I believe, was Stuttgart at a venue called Im Wiseman that we had never played before. And then we went down to Italy for Bayfest.
I have an Italy question for you.
Oh, boy.
You could keep your points. You could keep rolling here, Chris.
All right.
This Italian progressive rock band, who is known for their film scores, famously did the score for the 1977 horror film Suspiria.
This does not ring a bell at all. Read the question one more time, please.
This Italian progressive rock band, who is known for their film scores, famously did the score for the 1977 horror film Suspiria.
Wow, I can't say I really, off the top of my head, know any rock bands from Italy from the 70s. If there is some, I'm completely blanking. Multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Baltimora, B, Goblin, C, Lacuna Coil, or D, Litfaba.
Well, it's definitely not Lacuna Coil. They are a newer band that began late 90s. Their singer, I believe, is that Christine Scabia? Yeah, I think she sings for Lacuna Coil. Should try to get Lacuna Coil on, try to get her on the show. The other 3 bands I have not heard of. Please read them again.
A, Baltimora, B, Goblin, C, Lacuna Coil, or D, Litfiba.
D.
That's incorrect, Chris. It was actually Goblin. I thought you were going to get this one.
I was going to say A. So Goblin was the last one I would have picked, which kind of seems obvious, but Goblin's a very goofy name for something Italian. I just didn't think it'd be that over the head.
Have you ever seen Suspiria, the movie?
I've heard of it. I don't. If I have, it's been a long, long time, and I don't recall.
It is awesome. It is so like the colors in it and stuff. It's very vivid and awesome and very, very weird movie about witches.
Okay.
And the soundtrack is incredible. Goblin, I've known I would have got that one right just because and Goblin, the guy from Goblin did a remix of a friend of mine's band's album. The band Zayo, the metal band.
Okay.
The guy from Goblin did a remix album of their album. I thought that was really cool. But
well, I love that. I love learning about new bands that there's a lot of history there, and I just had no idea. Very cool.
Yeah. So, Chris, you went back to Germany for the 11th show of the tour, but the 12th and 13th shows were in Switzerland.
Yes.
How were those shows?
Amazing. The first show we did in Gampel, it's up in the mountains. I don't know if that was still considered Swiss Alps at that point, but just beautiful. You get out there and here you are in the middle of a field looking at tents for as far as the eye can see, and had a fantastic show. And then the very next night we were in Dynamo, which is a venue that we hadn't played since 2004 in Zurich. And just what a lovely city. Just beautiful. The fans pack in and go crazy. So absolutely loved it.
Very nice. Chris, this Swiss duo consisting of Dieter Meyer and Boris Blank had a hit in 1985 with Oh Yeah, which appeared in many films, including Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Secret of My Success, and Uncle Buck?
Yes, that would be Yellow.
You got it.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Good job.
Yellow with just an O. Oh, yeah.
That's right. Good job, man. Bow, bow. Chicka, 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 chicka. So you already have 11 points. So with 2 questions left, you already are averaging at least a point per question. This is great.
I'll take it.
Good job.
I'll take it. I'm smiling ear to ear.
The final show of your European tour was in Leipzig, Germany?
Yeah, Leipzig.
Leipzig. How was that final show?
It was good. It was the Highfield Festival. We've done it before. The only other band that was like us at all was Offspring. All the other bands were. Was Offspring there, or were they in Switzerland? Anyhow, Highfield was very different for us. We had a good turnout. We had a good show, but in years past, Highfield would have been Less Than Jake, Green Day, Pennywise, Descendants, Lagwagon, the who's who in rock and metal and punk, and it was a very electronic, dance-oriented festival this year. Macklemore was the headliner, so it was a bit odd for that reason only. It was just like, okay, we're still here playing a festival we played many times, but the landscape's changed a little bit. But it was great. What do you got for me here?
This German power metal band formed in 1984 with members of Iron Fist, Gentry, Second Hell, and Powerful.
I think I know, but I'm going to go multiple choice.
Your choices are A, Sodom, B, Halloween, C, Blind Guardian, or D, Accept.
Well, it's definitely not Accept. They were from the 70s. I thought it was Halloween off the top. I'm going to go with Halloween.
You got it.
There you go.
12 points with a question left to go. Chris, you are crushing it.
All right.
I got one final question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
You're now back home, just outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. What power pop band from Knoxville had a hit single in 1996 with Sucked Out?
Sucked Out or Down?
Out.
Sucked Out. 1996. Power duo? Or
power pop band.
Power pop band from Knoxville.
Do you not know this song?
No.
In the band I play in Another Cheetah, we cover this song.
Can you do a little a cappella rendition?
It's Who Sucked Out the Feeling? Who sucked out the feeling?
Of course. Yeah, I know the song. Jeez. I did not know that band was from Knoxville. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I definitely know it. It was definitely a hit. It was definitely on the radio. Multiple choice, please.
Your choices are A, The Mountain Goats, B, Not a Surf, C, Super Drag, or D, Teenage Fan Club.
It's not Teenage Fan Club or Super Drag. The other two again?
A, The Mountain Goats, B, Not a Surf.
I've never heard of the Mountain Goats. I don't think it's Not a Surf. Mountain Goats.
That's incorrect, Chris. It is actually Super Drag.
It is. I did not think that was Super Drag. Oh, you know why? Oh my gosh. I was thinking of Supergrass that I was on Capitol Records with. Mm-hmm. Very different than Super Drag.
So many bands with super in their names in the 90s. Super Suckers, Super Drag, Super Grass, Super Tones.
Yes.
Remember Super Tones, the religious ska band?
I do. And was Mountain Goats even a real thing, or did you make that up?
Yeah, they're a band.
Okay.
They're like a more recent band.
Oh, geez, yeah. If I would have really thought that one through a little further, I would have probably picked Super Drag. But hey, I'll take what happened today. It's a victory. I'm back.
12 points and 11 questions. I'd say you take it.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and thank you for doing the research, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know about the shows and stuff. Glad to have you back. And I got you here for a month or so, and I'm really together. I'm not saying I am. We are putting each other to work for this month while you're home.
That's
for
right.
sure.
Lots of guests, lots of cool stuff coming up. And I don't know. If Chris feels like it, maybe he'll take you out with the chorus of I Want Out from Halloween. Hey friends, have you been loving Chris DeMakes a Podcast? Well, spread the love by leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Don't hesitate to share what you enjoy about the show in an actual written review on Apple Podcasts. Not only does it help more people discover us, but we often read reviews in the wrap segment of the show. It's a quick, cost-free way to support us and takes just a minute of your time. Your reviews mean the world to us and help us keep the podcast thriving. Thank you for being a listener, and thank you for being a friend.
Hey everybody, Satan here. I know what you're thinking. Jesus Christ, Satan has a podcast now too? No, that's not it. But I am here to tell you about a podcast, and it's one that's all about my favorite band, Punchline. Not the band you expected me to say, right? You probably figured I'd like Slayer, or maybe some backwards Beatles records or something. Those are okay. But you usually find me rocking out to fan-favorite Punchline albums like Action or Lion while I'm torturing dead people for all of eternity. Punchline's podcast is called A Band Called Punchline. And it's super entertaining to listen to this documentary-style look back at the 25 years of my favorite band. Honestly, I'm really feeling like I'm getting to know these guys, and their story is amazing. I'm so ready for them to get down here. I have so many questions. I gotta give them credit for catching on to my whole 37 thing, too. There's a reason why they're my favorite band, and if you listen to their podcast, they might become yours, too. A Band Called Punchline is available wherever you listen to podcasts. Check it out, and I'll see you all in hell.
Hey, this is Steve Choi, host of the Musicians Guild podcast, part of the Sound Talent Media Podcast Network. Within the four walls of the Musicians Guild, we'll be discussing the habits, idiosyncrasies, experiences, and general psychology of my friends and peers, all involved with music in various capacities. Listen and subscribe at soundtalentmedia.com.
Welcome to us talking about our podcast for a minute.
What's the name of that podcast?
That's Axe to Grind, and right now you're going to be getting a little taste of it, right down to the shaky microphone and all.
And my name's Bob.
And my name's Patrick, and usually we're joined by Tom.
Tom's the best. Tom has a real grown-up job that requires him to be at work, but we talk about decidedly not so grown-up things like
hardcore music and things that people that like hardcore music tend to like.
So that could be the latest shows, revisiting classic material, talking about the new classics, all the little dorm room nonsense that you imagine from niche music podcasts that you either love, want to love, or hate.
Yeah, imagine all the emotions that you have towards a genre that has impacted your life, and then condense them down to an hour to 2 hours a week.
So triangulate your speakers, think about jumping off the bed, singing along, dancing like an idiot, and listen to Axe to Grind podcast.